Not all agents are the same.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
God, it's gone crazy here. Gosh, this is a question we get asked a lot.
Most common question.
It is. It is one of the most common questions. So usually if you're selling a property, you're interviewing 3 agents. That seems to be the norm. It's a question we get asked a lot. People aren't transacting property all day, every day like we are. And so they're wanting to interview 1, 2, 3, 4 agents.
Paying them a lot of money.
Are we all the same? Are we all the same? That's what we're going to talk about today, guys.
How many times in someone's life would someone select a real estate agent, you reckon?
I reckon on average they're selecting a real estate agent 3 times. That's what I think.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, 3 times in your life.
Yep.
And you know what I find? People often choose their real estate agent based upon what they know, which is their industry or their job or things like that.
Yep.
So, I've just been dealing with a yoga teacher. She deals with selecting an agent very differently to how an accountant will deal with selecting a real estate agent. And that shouldn't matter. The industry they're in,
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they've got the skills to choose a great agent. So we're going to give you the skills of choosing a great agent this morning.
We are. And also, where do you go to find a real estate agent? So, most of it comes through referrals. I know certainly for me, Mark, and for our agency, a lot of it comes through referrals. Friday Frenzy. That's it. Yes.
We were just saying that was a good name last week.
We're thinking, give us a show of hands, guys. We're thinking maybe every Friday, obviously Mark and I do Novak Minutes together. Should we just do Friday Frenzy and just talk about whatever, or should we actually nominate the topic every Friday? Let us know what your thoughts are.
Yes.
Let us know what your thoughts are. So real estate agents, guys, and choosing them, are we all the same? Big question mark. And how do you choose an agent? So we're going to go through some of those suggestions right now.
Yep.
But where do you find an agent? So Mark, I get asked a lot about, do I sell out of area? Primarily no. It depends where in Sydney.
Yep.
But primarily no. And so, how do people find an agent then that's out of area?
In their area.
Lots of people are moving.
In their own area. Yep.
In their own area or out of area, because lots of people are moving up the south, down the south coast, up the north coast, etc.
Yeah.
So they're looking to find agents.
You know what? A good old-fashioned activity is good. It's like going into a shop and you see the shop's just healthy. They've got heaps of stuff there. They're friendly. I think that's a great start. So showing that agents sold, had good sales volume in the area is always a great start to know, okay, I think these guys should know what they're doing.
Yeah. The great thing these days is you can, and I did a proposal yesterday, and these guys were getting 2 other agents in, and I said to them, the great thing these days is you can actually just punch my name into Google and just see what pops up. Yeah. Don't worry about going to those review platforms.
Yeah.
Because most of the time agents are just going to put all good reviews up.
Yep.
But actually punch the agent's name into Google and see what pops up, see what they do for outside of work as well. So for things like charity, and see, as I said, see how they come up on Google, because I think that was, that speaks volumes about an agent.
So basically, choosing an agent, whack their actual name into Google, see what comes up on Insta, Facebook, Google, reviews, all that stuff. And that's the beautiful thing is our personality is online. Any great agent, you can't actually not have your personality online.
You can't hide from Google.
No.
You just can't hide from Google. And as I said, if you punch in Lisa Novak or Novak Properties or Mark Novak into Google, there's going to be a huge assortment, a smorgasbord of information that's going to come up. So, have they represented the agency in other ways? Have they represented the community in other ways? What do the people say about that agent? As I said, not just on those review platforms, but away from those review platforms. What's the world saying about this person? That's a great one.
Good old-fashioned gut.
100%.
Good old-fashioned gut.
Yes.
And don't forget, we're not only talking about a sales agent, we're talking about a rentals agent as well, because often You've got to choose an agent to rent your house out. You
Yeah.
may be moving out of the area, or you may have upgraded, downgraded your property, want to rent out your place, and choosing an agent to sell your place. So we're talking about both of those today.
So again, I was doing a proposal yesterday, got along like a house on fire with these vendors, and they said it's really hard. Actually, it was interesting. I want to use this as an example, Mark. They said to me yesterday as we were finishing up, but we note that you're an independent agency and that you're not part of a franchise. The other two agents that we're calling in are part of a franchise, and they're saying to us that they're able to utilise their database from the other franchises.
As in the other salespeople in other agencies out across Sydney are going to help these people get a better price for their property.
Yes, so that was the spiel that the other agents had told them when they went through to appraise their property. And they said, what would you say about that? And I said, look, in all honesty, social media trumps any database as far as I'm concerned these days. You cannot get in front of more people than what you can on social media.
Yeah.
So, that's the reality of it. If you're an agent or an agency and you are literally using the card of I've got a great database, you really need to be thinking outside of that.
Yep.
Because if you don't have a database, God help you.
Yep.
That's like a clothes shop that never has a
That's huge.
customer come in.
What about the good old secret shopper?
The secret shopper.
Like if you're
I
going to
love that.
choose a real estate agent, go and see how they're going to treat your buyers. So rock into their open house, see how you get looked after, see how your questions are answered, see how you don't get followed up,
I love that.
see how you don't get followed
Yeah.
up, and do it in rentals as well. I think you'll be shocked.
I love that. I've won many a listing as a result of people that did that.
Yep.
Potential sellers that have come through an open home to see how we would treat their buyers.
Big time.
What about putting an inquiry through? An email inquiry, go into realestate.com. So guys, we're talking this morning about how do you choose a real estate agent?
I like
Aren't we
that.
all the same?
Yeah.
Just put through a generic email inquiry off realestate.com or domain
Yep.
or on their social media and see how they respond
See how long it takes.
and in
See
what
how
time
they
frame.
respond. Yeah. I reckon half of the industry will take longer than 24 hours to get back to you.
I reckon on average,
That's big.
most agents take up to 72 hours to respond, if ever.
That's buying a property for like $1 million. Imagine making an inquiry on something for $1 million. You don't hear anything back within 24 hours. That's shit.
Okay, and then let's scale it up one more. Put an inquiry through on a Sunday and see what day of the week they're going to come back to you.
Scale it up even more and have a look what happened to us on TikTok last night. We had
Oh my gosh.
somebody in front of our sign call us at midnight
Some
on
TikToker,
on
young
Tik-
TikToker.
on TikTok. The guy has got 12 TikToks. None of his TikToks have more than 300 views. The one that he did of us, of We Never Sleep, has 330,000 views in 24 hours.
Climbing by the minute. So for those of you guys that don't know what we're talking about, some young TikToker
Yeah,
decided that he was going to call our office number, which states we never sleep 24/7. That's
Yeah.
our motto.
yeah.
Called it in the middle of the night, and of course someone answered, and not a call centre. We actually, I think it was you, Mark, who answered
The guy goes, mate. The TikToker goes, mate, what, are you sleeping? And the person who answers goes, yep. He goes, well, you said you never sleep. And anyway, it was fun.
We got Mark Novak and Mark Novak on this morning. See that, guys? Look at that. That's
You're like
cool.
a mini me.
I look like a mini you too. So how else do we choose an agent? All right, so you're out there and you've got the 3 proposals now in front of you. So we've spoken about some of the things that you should be looking for.
Yeah,
And then you've got all of these ranging prices for your property. So let's suggest you're selling a 2-bedroom apartment and you've had 3 proposals come in.
I reckon you can throw a price out the window.
So, but
You
Mark,
shouldn't be choosing an agent based
oh,
on
come on, people
you
do
should
the
not be
promises, the
choosing
false
an agent
promises.
based upon the price they're giving you. The agent doesn't do that. The agent is not a bank valuer. The buyers will put the price on the property. You just want the agent to pitch the best possible pitch to buyers as possible. So do not choose an agent based upon how much he's telling you your house is worth.
So
it's the golden mistake.
it is the
It's not a
absolute
quote.
dire mistake. How many cleanups I have done after this happening where someone has gone with another agent and someone's gone with another agent and, the reason was because they actually had quoted that their price guide was 1.3 to 1.4 when I'd come in at 1.1 to 1.2 and given them realistic pricing. Be really wary of that, guys. All right, be very wary of the agent that over promises and will likely under deliver. We are all working with the same data.
Commission race.
Oh, this talk. I love the commission talk. What do you reckon, Mark? Do we go with the cheapest commission?
Well, you all seem
Very appealing.
You all seem like you're doing the same thing, Mr. Real Estate Agent. So
You're all the same.
You're all the same. So I just, going to bring it down to commission. Well, if you've got 3 agents and 2 agents, 10 agents, and you all think they're doing the same thing, you haven't had the right agent through your door.
So, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. And the agent that's coming to you with the cheapest commission,
Yeah.
or if you're saying to them, look, the other agents are all doing 1.6, can you do that as well? And you just go, yeah, all right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
How the hell is that agent going to negotiate to get you the best sale price if they can't negotiate their own commission?
If they can't negotiate a decent commission for themselves, if they are bottom scrapers, they will bottom scrape your price when it comes to selling with your buyers.
Correct. So you get what you pay for. The agent that comes in with the lowest commission, that's usually the only tool they've got in their belt.
Yeah.
But in saying that, Mark, I actually do something a little bit different because I got sick and tired of having the commission discussion. And I'm a huge believer that people will pay and reward you for service. So let me give you an example. If I'm selling your property, Mark, and I said to you, yes, and I said to you, Mark, I'm guaranteed that I'm going to work the hardest. I'm going to get you the most amount of money for your property. You don't know that because you don't know me. But if I did, and we were at the end of the road together, I can guarantee that you'll pay me any commission that I'm putting down on my proposal. So I'm going to put it all into your hands and I'm going to give you the power to pay me whatever you like based on my service and results. So within a range. So I give my vendors a range and I let them choose at the end of the journey, but I just ask my vendors to base it on service and results. I give them what's called a flexi fee. And people are flawed because it comes in at the lower end and it goes all the way up to the higher end. And I allow my vendors to be in control of my commission. That's how much I can back the services and results that I supply.
So once sold, you ring up your client, you go, how much do you want to pay?
Yep. Absolutely.
They love it?
I've never, ever been paid at the bottom end of the commission scale.
So.
No, never. Because by the end of it, you know what? Even if you didn't get them the absolute rock star result, we've just come out of a changing market.
Yeah.
Right. So, and there were some vendors there that got stuck in that, unfortunately. We can't foresee that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they go, you know what, Lisa, you worked nonstop. You were honest with me. And, we got a great result that we're extremely happy with. So we give them the option of choosing the fee that they want to choose.
In conclusion, all agents are the same. No, and for the following reasons of what was the rundown? Basically, if you think that you haven't had the right person through the door.
Yep.
Commissions, they're all different on commissions. They're splayed across commissions, so you can choose
price
based
guides
on
that they're giving you. If one or two of them are standing like way higher, coming in way higher, ask yourself why. Question the agent. Say, where did you get that data from?
Yep.
I came up against an agent the other day, Mark, and the data that they had given, this vendor was wanting to go with another agent. They had quoted $250,000 more. And when I said to them, could you please just read me through the comparable sales that they've given you? They were giving comparable sales from September. That data is not relevant now in January. It's out of date.
Market change.
Market changed.
So there's some tips on
Mystery
on
shop.
choosing your agent.
Mystery shop.
Mystery
Google.
shop.
Google the agent. Please don't go onto the review platforms. Put the agent's name into Google and see what comes up.
Yeah.
Google's
good at picking out the bullshit.
Google tells it's
Google's actually pretty refined now that they can call bullshit pretty quick. Whereas some of the review platforms, you don't ask. What happens is the agent doesn't ask for a review from the clients he did a shit job from. The agent only asks for a review from the clients he did a good job for. So it's splayed. It's not accurate, but Google is just anyone can have a go.
Get onto the agent's social media. So obviously I'm known for doing a lot of social media.
Yeah.
And then I'll come up against other agents and go, yeah, we do social media too.
Yeah.
Whacking a post, a photo of a sold signboard onto Instagram once a week, or, a property that they've got coming up, putting a generic photo on, that's not really interactive on social media. Jump onto their social media channels and check out the agent. What else did we address with regards to choosing an agent is
Secret shopper.
Secret shopper, love that. Put an email inquiry through, go through an open home and test the agent.
That's a show.
Is it?
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
It's fun. That went quick.
Have a great weekend. I hope you don't have COVID, and everyone bloody got it.
Yeah, it's tricky.
It's nuts. Get it
I
in
feel like
you.
it's sitting duck.
Get it in you. Get it out of you. Yeah.
Like a sitting duck. Anyway, I hope everyone's well, guys.
Love you.
Take care. Have a great day.
See you, bye.
Bye.